Thank you for joining XR, which is India's first AR VR focused podcast. And today I'm delighted to have with me Mr. Dima Kirillov, who is a creative technologist at Genie, a web AR platform. So Dima, delight to have you on our podcast. Why don't we start with a small intro and a background?
Thank you to inviting me and give the opportunity to share the knowledge with you. Talking about my experience, 7 or 8 year experience the web developer and mostly focused on the interactive 3D graphic. So as you said, the Creative Technologist in the LA-based startup Genie. So, and I started as a web designer and web developer before, and slowly changed my focus onto 3D and real-time interactive graphic, programming the core technology and making the games or any kind of interactive experiences based on web AR.
Would you start by defining and explaining what web AR is?
Yeah, so basically as the AR, augmented reality experiences, is something which happened in the real time with no rendering time, so it happens immediately. It's basically it's a overlay, digital overlay on top of the real life, on top of your camera image. And the difference with the regular augmented reality and web augmented reality is pretty obvious. So it's happened on through your browser application and can be reached on any mobile with no any installation of your app, and you can reach it just immediately. Just launch the website, scan the QR code, and you already get this augmented reality, and you're already ready to play. So it's just the basic difference with the normal augmented reality.
So you're saying with web AR, you don't need any applications, you don't need to download anything. You have a QR code and there you go, voila, you have like a AR experience which could be a browser based, right? So talk to us about your company Genie Web AR. What does it do? What are its capabilities?
The Genie AR, as I said, is a LA-based startup which passion and focus on the computer vision technology. It has a long history on the computer vision R&D and researches, and had a lot of techniques, and still keep growing the database and code base for computer vision and recognition patterns. Last 2 years is focused on the creating the non-code WebAR-based platform which allows you with the graphic UI interface create your own augmented reality in the web. So you just open it. You don't need to be the programmer. You don't have to have a huge experience, big experience in the programming and 3D modeling. So you can instantly sign up, log in, and create your augmented reality experience. Get the link and voila, send it to your friends or to your customers, or just enjoy it with yourself. This is the main goal for the Genie AR.
This is a step of democratization of augmented reality. This tool will allow even non-developers to create an augmented reality experience. Talk to us a little bit more about the platform. What are its capabilities? And also talk about some of the maybe experiences which is built over Genie Web AR.
Yeah, the main vector is making the non-code things. So the people who are not available to code can do this is a pain point to start do something immersive. For the people who doesn't have the advanced education and doesn't want to go deeper into the coding. So this is a beautiful time when a lot of people can express themselves and bring something new and fresh view into the digital world, which combined with our environment. And it's also the great opportunity for big companies to make the advertising campaigns and change them immediately to let's say manage their content for AR experience immediately in the UI and in the platform, and they don't have to keep in their office advanced programmers, for example, and they can instantly change and play with the content. So I used to make the augmented reality experience before with no visual representation. Kind of, I was completely blind, when you do the coding and do the stuff. But here you see the scene, which gonna be your experience in a mobile phone in front of you in a 3D viewer. So in the real time on desktop, in the web, you don't even have to install it on your desktop. It's much easier to manage the content for augmented reality. Like we had the structure of our content of our application to make it easier for enterprise companies to handle their programs. So sometime the big companies have the campaigns and they want to launch the experience from week to week or change the content on the same package, let's say, um, the same environment, but want to show the different experiences like in the same link. So we give all these opportunities to the enterprise companies and to the one person creators.
I think the entire content creation is being upended. All this while we were restricted to a 2D platform or interface, right from your mobiles, your television screen to or computers. Everything restricts us to a 2D platform. Today, we are almost breaking out of it and getting into the 3D world, a world which is very natural for us because we are 3D beings. We experience, see things, everything is 3D. But our interface is all 2D. With augmented reality, we'll be getting into the 3D world. We are laying the building blocks of Web 2.0, the spatial web or the metaverse, digital twin, or whatever you might call it. So, in that world, I think a tool like this, which simplifies content creation and deployment, also will play, I think, a humongous role for not just the content creators, but also enterprise who you said who create campaigns and are stuck with a lot of times they're building content, but there are for deploying you have to download an app, and most of the customers are really not interested in downloading any app. So this could be a way to possibly democratize augmented realities. Which are the brands who have built experiences on leveraging Genie WebAR, and what have been the benefits for the brand? Can you share some analytics over there?
First of all, I want to agree with you, which we just break the wall from the 2D into the 3D world, and that's why I love the AR compared to the VR, because VR is a closed environment, but the augmented realities gives you the interaction with your environment. It's just like a kids, who just imagine the things around. It just gives you the engagement and especially I love the experiences with the lidar things when your digital device can realize and see in a 3D, and that it's where the things become really interesting, really cool. Talking about the potential experiences and the customers and so on, I think here is much better to give you a list of potential fields where it can be used. There is a two direction, like enterprise direction for internal usage, or advertisement direction, just like let's say packaging um, or navigation around, or it can be used as an interior or exterior representation of something. Packaging, it's something which used augmented reality a lot. But the most common thing for the people is face mask. No, everyone knows the face masks. The educational for the kids. Kids absolutely loves the augmented reality and location-based augmented reality. When you see some um, some scenes or game based on where you are. For example, I love this things when you can see the retrospective in the some point. You can see the old pictures around, in the city in the place where you stay right now, or even the army. You had the Microsoft got the $23 billion from U.S. Army to
Right.
to equip them with augmented reality. So I even thought like phobia exposure therapy. So the augmented reality show you the spiders or some bugs which you're afraid of, and you can um, just don't be afraid. So gift cards. So it's pretty much everywhere, and we have customers as Disney or Top Gear or Miller Lite and many others. So who is in the list on Fortune 500. So yeah, many fields. Portfolio also it's not only for enterprise. It's for the private persons, for the professionals who uh, want to share the story about their content in a new way. So marketing marketing tried to show the content in a new way, and it's absolutely a new way to show it, especially with the latest devices, hardware and software updates. So it's not, we are completely another stage comparing to the 2-3 years before. So when they start, it was a lot of problem. Now it's much easier, and the question how the elegant hardware solution going to be in the future still open. We'll have something cool in the future.
Right. Yeah, I think we are in an extremely exciting space, and especially COVID has kind of accelerated us in this future where tech has become like a huge thing. The ones who don't adopt and adapt technology, like you said, will be left behind. Ad agencies, they were stuck for the 2D medium for the longest time, but they've realized that this new medium lets you to create interactive experiences. And yes, you also mentioned that the use cases are throughout. It could be enterprise, it could be content creators, it could be healthcare, education, so on and so forth. So the list goes on. Would you like to talk about what were the challenges in building the platform, the engineering challenges? And if there are some entrepreneurs who are listening in and who would want to build a WebAR platform, what would you tell them?
The biggest challenges for WebAR that you want to be able to run this application on almost every digital device. So you don't focus on the specific OS and specific device. So you cover almost every device in the world, and there is the difficult to be able to run them on all those numbers of devices. Especially with retail, for example, the common user flow is when you send the user not just directly to the website with your goods or service or whatever. You pass the user through this small short experience when they can touch it. And this is one, like a sale technique. Like when you touch the object, you're already like compared to it, and you're closer to this product. And that it just makes people happier sometimes. So not just get this boring, but give them the experience, give them, associate them with this goods, with this environment, and just make it a little bit happier and funnier.
The entire user
So yeah.
experience is being redefined and transformed. So, would you like to talk about the pricings? How does that work, and how does Genie compare against its competitors? Do talk to us about that also, because there are so many in the market at this point. There's 8Wall, there's Blipper, there's Vectory, and so on and so forth. So, what makes Genie unique?
First of all, we have a 2-week free trial, so you can try it right now, absolutely for free. And we have 3 different pricing systems. So one of them is dedicated and focused on the one-person creators, who want to just explore it, or want to show their 3D objects as their portfolio, or just play with it. So it's right now it's $30 per month, and you're able to play with your augmented reality tool, WebAR tool, and create a bunch of experiences and share it, but you'll see the watermark in there. Also the enterprise, which gives you the opportunity to white label your experience and don't see any advertising. It's the price right now is 3,000 per month, and also we have the option to customize the CMS, our builder itself, and the builder actually is the most unique thing. So we have our own core image recognition patterns, which allows you. So yeah, we have a bunch of products, kind of marker AR, where you can see your augmented reality on top of the poster, the surface recognition world AR, face tracking. Also, we are working on the hand and pose recognition is going to be soon. So, which allows you to make the try-ons and face mask and all this cool stuff, which is going to be popular here. You don't even have to be the 3D modeler, because we have a cool integration with the Sketchfab. It's a huge 3D bank stock, and you can directly import the models from the Sketchfab. You can import videos, GIFs, images, and transparent videos, and make your scene as immersive as you want. And for advanced users who want to make more interaction or do some shaders, crazy stuff, they have opportunity to do it through the custom code injection. So here is the graphic first, code is the second one. So we don't close this opportunity for the advanced users. So you still can code in there. Also, the users who use the trial or basic plan for $30 are allowed to mint their WebAR NFT. So this is a completely new feature, and we are first in this field.
I think what caught my attention was that you are, like you mentioned, you are like one of the first platforms which allows your project, if you build a AR experience, you allow it to connect it to an NFT. So first, I mean, before we get into that, I'm sure there's a lot of people who don't really know what an NFT is. I mean, though just recently the Beeple JPEG, you might call it, sold for $69 million. Yeah. So for my audience who don't really know what an NFT is, could you start by explaining what NFT is, and then maybe you can talk about how we can connect your AR experience to an NFT?
Yeah, of course. NFT is a non-fungible tokens. This is based on a blockchain system, so it's uncentralized token, which basically gives you and many other digital content creator to personalize and unify their art. So they can create the piece of digital art as a 3D model, as a picture or GIF or video, and make sure they are only one who own this art. They can resell it, the people can buy it, exchange it, and make the new transaction going on, and The whole blockchain system knows about this digital art piece, and nobody gonna steal it. Or from the art perspective, you can say that you own this element and you can resell this digital item to the any other person who are interested in this art.
Technologies which are converging, it's earlier it used to be just maybe an augmented reality standalone, then virtual reality standalone, mixed reality standalone, artificial intelligence, or 5G, or blockchain. Now all of these somehow are converging, and when it's converges, I think it can create a seamless experience and help create technology which is human first. All this while, I think the creatives have bared the brunt, because there's always been a middleman who has always taken a huge chunk out from the creatives, be it your music producers, your artists, or creatives who have made movies. There's always somebody in the middle who would, the middleman taking out like a whole chunk from them. Today we have something called as blockchain, and with NFTs, non-fungible token, you can timestamp, your digital products, so that it becomes exclusively yours. So you can sell it onto any platform, and these things are, I think, could be revolutionary for the creator economy. So I'm really excited about that. Talk to us a little bit more about this extra layer that you have added on Genie WebAR, where your web AR experience could be minted as an NFT. How does that work? And can anybody do it?
Absolutely agree with you on that point, that they didn't have that privilege which the offline artists had before in the museums and the art paintings and all this stuff. Yeah, we're in Genie believe in a NFT, and many artists do their work in a 3D. So, and they want to show it not just the picture, they want to show it as the experience itself. And you can put this art as a usual art from the as a usual offline art. You can see it in your environment. And right now, when you're sharing the things in the social media, for example, you still like with the virtual try-on, like virtual dresses and the virtual clothing become popular. And with the pandemic, of course, I hope it's gonna finish, but still, it's this digital overlay gonna be with us. And WebAR NFT, it's something which gives the creators to share the new level of experience with their fans, their followers, and again make it interactive, and still save it and resell it and transact it.
Right, yeah. So it helps you monetize your art, because that has always been a problem for artists. There was always middlemen taking out the huge chunk. So we're getting in an exciting space. So thank you, Dima. Really appreciate you taking time being part of the podcast. Would you like to share the roadmap of Genie WebAR? What comes next? How excited you are for AR? And how do you think augmented reality is going to create impact and disruption over this decade?
Yeah, I see a lot of things in my mind, and we're working on a lot of new and cutting edge and frontier technologies right now, and a lot of things will change in the terms of communication with the augmented reality. And I think is the previous generations maybe could feel weird with the digital. Somebody don't want to accept it, but many new generations already like born in this space, and it's absolutely natural for them. And for example, the AR glasses. It's something which I'm excited to play with and excited to work with and build the experience for this new layer. Also, I'm so excited with the hand recognition pattern. When you can do the things, move the digital relay things in front of you. So it's something which I want to play with so much and want to create like the next level of interaction, not just the recognition of the the signs and but technically grab the things and move them around, and this is gonna be pretty cool and pretty interesting, I believe so.
Lovely. Awesome. Yeah, I think the entire world is going to look very awesome when all of these small pieces fall into together. When the jigsaw puzzle of the metaverse or the spatial web will get solved. Blockchain will play a huge role. There has been for the longest time the traditional functioning businesses have not moved with times. Because change means disruption. But I guess the future generation, they like you rightfully mentioned, they are already experiencing these technologies. They're using as face filters, and this could be the way we interact, communicate with each other. So it's an exciting space. I wish you the very best. I wish the team at Genie WebAR the very best. And to my listeners, if you like what you see in here, then please press the subscribe button. And until next time, see you guys. Bye-bye. Thank you, Dima. I really appreciate this.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It was a great talk.